Welcome, 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 Omaha. Okay, here we go. Until technical difficulty. Two of the last undefeated teams in the league. Very unlikely matchup. Cross divisional. Will this be the day the Toros finally fall? And the Scarlet Ember think they have what it takes. Skinner, coach, trying to win Coach of the Year this year. I mean, just look at the way they play. It's just so surging. It's just like the Diamonds last year. The Diamonds were so close to being the Toros, but the Diamonds did have a lot more talent. But this team is happy. They're one of the happiest teams in the league. They have the best chemistry in the league. They follow the coach the most in the league. So they're the opposite of the Toros, who just really just use all brawn. The interesting piece in Dodgeball Magazine, kind of analyzing that this week, and really interesting matchup to see how much their technique can cut into the Toros' overwhelming talent. I see was 12. Is that 9 too? Um, so it's a historic run. Ember and just cause chaos. Um, let's go. It's gonna be good. They're about even dashing. Brains versus Brawn. Scarlet Ember win the start. And Reed. Jack gets Reed out. Raekwon throwing at Jack. Jack catches weak throw by Raekwon and Jack. McCarron gets McCarron out. And Lawrence is throwing at Burton, and Burton is out. Jack is throwing at Lawrence, and Lawrence is out. Crowd on hand, obviously a sellout. These guys don't know what it's like to not have a sellout crowd. And Rutledge with the catch and the masterful set by the Scarlet Ember to start things off. Jack 3 for 3 throwing and a catch. Rutledge with the catch to end things. Man, they just went out off the top. Weak throw by Raekwon kind of set up the steamroll, but it begin things. These guys, I mean, they're just so good at their job. That's what Skinner's about. He's like, hey, we don't have to have this. If we can unify under a good scheme, and that's got them this first set pretty easily. Let's see what happens next. Scarlet Ember win the start. Jack throwing at Reed, and Reed is out again. Point. Dracon throwing at Skogstad, and Skogstad with the catch. Are you going at McCarron? But McCarron catches. McCarron goes at Burton. Skogstad tries to intercept, but he is outed by McCarron. Ramsey throwing at McCarron, and McCarron is out. It's a battle of backcourt here. Lawrence throwing Burton out. Ramsey throwing at Lawrence. Lawrence out. It's all second year guy. And gets Rutledge out. Ramsey throwing at Campaign. And it is a 2-0 start for the Scarlet Ember. And I mean, the tall only had backcourt working. They made light work of the top two, but they were able to get a good set, but they just couldn't get the win. And the Scarlet Ember take the 2-0 lead. This is the cushion they need. Now it's a fair game for a lot of pundits. Now it's a fair game. Can the Toros really come back? Reed and Raekwon need to be transformative here just to get them in this game. And Scarlet Ember won the third straight start. Reed is just early off his game today. Jack throwing at Reed, and another out. Campaign throwing at Burton. Burton is out. And Jack throwing at Raekwon. Raekwon out. Campaign throwing at Rutledge. And Campaign gets Rutledge out. Then Ramsey throwing at McCarron. McCarron out. Campaign throwing at Jack. Jack is out. Ramsey throwing at Lawrence. And just no defense from the Toros today. Champagne throwing at Skogstad. Skogstad out. Going to be Ramsey to finish the set again, but Campaign dodges. Campaign throwing at Ramsey, and Campaign gets Ramsey out. That's the backcourt. Raekwon and Reed have been absolutely shut out. Campaign goes 5 for 5 throwing. And this is the Toros. You take out their two stars, and you still have all this resistance. The Toros finally get this one. They didn't roll the dice didn't roll the right way the last set, but this set they get it. And the Toros remain in this thing. A 3-0 lead would have just had the Scarlet Ember crowd went crazy, but the Toros remain relevant. Scarlet Ember win the fourth straight start. Reed just not giving it for the Toros. Jack throws at Reed again, and Reed has been silenced. McCarron throwing at Ramsey. Ramsey out. Jack throwing at Raekwon, and Raekwon out. I mean, goodness gracious. McCarron throwing at Burton, and Burton catches. Jack throwing at Lawrence. Oh my goodness. Campaign throwing at Burton gets him out. Jack throwing at Campaign, but Campaign catches. Can Campaign do this? Gets Rutledge out. It's all to Skogstad. And Skogstad gets Campaign out. And the Scarlet Ember take the 3-1 lead, making light work of the Toros. The Toros here. And I mean, you can see it every set. Reed and Raekwon, I mean, you get Reed out on that first throw. Sure. Why isn't Raekwon getting the ball? Why is he shying away from the limelight? They're not working in as a team. They're not following the coach's orders. And it's just tearing them apart when you come with a surgical team like the Scarlet Ember that are going to go for Reed first. They're going to go for Raekwon second. And they're going to get them out. And Reed and Raekwon just have not been playing good defense. Campaign's been the only bright spot for this team. Scarlet Ember win the fifth straight start. Jack throws at Reed. Oh my God. Raekwon throws at Skogstad, gets him out. Jack throwing at Raekwon. Raekwon out. Jack is throwing amazing today. Reed throwing it. It's Rutledge with the interception of McCarron. They're taking it to the house. Lawrence out. It's all to Campaign again. Gets him out. Jeremy throwing at Campaign, and Campaign is out. Scarlet at 4-1 on the Toros. I don't think the Toros have been in a deficit like this in 2 seasons. I don't think they're going to be able to come back. I mean, they're just decimating the team with just knocking Reed out of the game. Everybody warned of this, and Reed's not making it any better. He can't get a dash. Scarlet Ember knocking on the door. Can they get the set start again? Toros win the start. Lawrence get Jack. And Skogstad with that no fair. Ramsey, Skogstad tries to get another interception, but he's out. Ramsey throwing at Reed. Reed is out. Raekwon throwing at Ramsey. Ramsey out. Rutledge throwing at Raekwon. And Raekwon just hasn't been playing good defense to throwing at Rutledge. It dodges. Rutledge throwing at McCarron. McCarron out. It's all up to Campaign again. Campaign gets Rutledge. Burton throwing at Campaign catches it. The only bright spot for the Toros. Even with the Reed starting the set, they struggle because they're not a composed team. Somebody out for it. Scarlet Ember. I didn't believe the hype. I did not believe the hype by how tight this team plays. But every single action on every set is premeditated. Skogstad going for the interceptions, going for Reed or Raekwon or McCarron, leaving campaign for the end every time, leaving campaign for the end because I guess they figure he's the weakest guy and he will crack under pressure because he's the youngest. But he's brought them two sets, so but they're still up 4-2. So maybe this is the best scenario. Wow, I can't believe this. Scarlet Ember win the start. Jack throwing at McCarron. McCarron catches. Oh, Reed throwing at Ramsey, but Ramsey dodges. Weak throw by Reed. Ramsey throwing at Campaign, and Campaign is out. Raekwon throwing at Ramsey, gets him out. Skogset throwing at Raekwon, but Raekwon outed. Lawrence throwing at Rutledge, Rutledge out. Skogset throwing at McCarron, but McCarron, oh my God, Reed tries to intercept. Why are you putting yourself in harm's way? Gets him out. McCarron throwing at Skogstad. Skogstad out two against one. Burton throwing at McCarron. McCarron dodges. McCarron throwing at Burton. Burton dodges. He's a great dodger. Burton throwing at McCarron. McCarron out. It's all up to Lawrence. Burton dodges. And Burton throw caught by Lawrence. And the Toros live to see another day. They're not going to snap this win streak lying down, and it's all coming from backcourt. I do not think Reed has a point this game. It is insane what they're doing to this man. But the Toros hanging on by, I mean, they're winning these sets by nothing. By nothing. To see the Toros in such a struggle position like this after years of dominance, not losing a single game, and now they're struggling to come up with anything. And it's because of the scheme. Wow. Reed brings out if he at least got the dash win. Not even getting that. I mean, Reed is having a terrible game. Scarlet Ember win the set start again. Reed, Jack throwing at Campaign, Campaign out. Lawrence throwing at Jack. Lawrence gets Jack out. Ramsey throwing at McCarron. They're avoiding the big two for some reason. Gets him out. Reed throwing at Ramsey. Skogstad intercepts. Is this it? Ramsey throwing at Raekwon, but Raekwon catches. Raekwon throwing at Rutledge gets him out. Skogstad throwing at Raekwon gets him out. It's all around throwing at Skogstad gets him out. Burton throwing at Lawrence. Lawrence dodges. Lawrence gets Burton out. And we're going to set number 5. Can you believe this? The series of events that this has unfolded in this game. I mean, can you believe it? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely absurd that we have the Toros have been able to hang on and they're winning these sets by a thread. Every single set is a thread. But the Scarlet Ember, they've changed it up a little bit. Towards the end of the game, the teams usually go for the hot hand, the player who's giving them the most damage throughout the game. And this is not good because you're getting these spurts in the middle of the set from Reed and Raekwon now because they're not going for them at first. And it's just kind of they're just kind of eating up players in the middle of the set now where they weren't before. But they're making it hard. I mean, every single set is coming down to the last throw for the Toros. they need they need Reed to get this dash win. He's not getting the dash wins. Who knows why? But can't imagine if the Scarlet Ember can do it. If the Scarlet Ember can do it, can they do it? This is going to be insane if they can do it at home on the flex. Can they do it? Do it for everybody. Do it for the Skylarks who've been just absolutely rammed by the Toros again and again and again. Do it for the Diamonds. Do it for the Empire who were up 4-3 in the invite. I mean, oh my God, the whole league is rooting for the Scarlet Ember right now. The little engine that could. No talent, all scheme. Oh my gosh. They just need to refocus back on what got them here. Get Reed and Raekwon out to begin the set. They're not playing good defense. then focus on the backcourt. Just focusing on the backcourt up front is just not. They keep going for McCarron. McCarron hasn't done anything in this game. Don't focus on him. Get the big guys out. For the Toros, you just got to get this dash win, and it all falls into place, and it's easy again. But Reed's been really bad today. He's off his game. He's having mental problems, and that's what the Scarlet Ember want to do. They want to get under team's skin, and the Toros have been able to just hide all their problems with their talent. Let's see what happens here. Final set. The Toros win starting at Jack. Oh, Skogstad tries to intercept, but Jake Skogstad's out. Jack throws for Campaign. Campaign is out. This is it, folks. Lawrence throwing at Jack, and Lawrence gets Jack out. Ramsey, the last strong guy out, throwing at Lawrence. Lawrence catches Ramsey. Oh no! Reed throwing at Rutledge. Rutledge dodges. Rutledge throwing at Lawrence gets him out. Raekwon throwing at Rutledge, and Rutledge is out. It's all up to Burton to get Reed, Raekwon, and McCarron out. Oh my God. How did they do this? Burton throwing at Raekwon. Raekwon is out. Reed throwing at Burton. Burton. Oh, Burton can't dodge. He tries to catch for some reason. And the Toros. Are you kidding me? The Toros squeak out with the win. They don't deserve this. Everybody in the stadium is silent. They don't deserve this. The Scarlet Ember put together the best game I have ever seen against such a talented opponent. 97 execution. It was all Skinner. They bought in 4-1 they led. The Toros just proved they are the best team we have ever watched. Everybody wondered, what can a dysfunctional team like the Toros do under duress, under when things aren't going right? Reed couldn't get a dash win to save his life. He held to 3 points, just having a terrible game. But Lawrence, 9 for 7 throwing. Campaign, 11 for 10 throwing. Raekwon, when he got going, 8 for 6 throwing. They played this 63. Jack was so good up front, 18 for 14 throwing. I mean, I can't believe this is the result. I really thought the Scarlet Ember would do it. They would break through. I thought they would break through. I mean, look at these dash wins. Look at these set wins. Every set win for the Toros was hard fought. The first set they won, Ramsey versus Campaign. The second set they won, I mean, they go up 3-1. They go up 4-1 easily. Look at these. Look at their margins here. And then the Toros win the start. They finally get the ball rolling a little bit. And then, I mean, Campaign. I mean, he's just under pressure. 2 against 1 Campaign. Then he catches Burton just just by a hair. Just by a hair. And then another set. They had to win 4 straight sets. Interception attempt. Burton held his own. He was like, I'm going to win this myself. Caught by Lawrence at the very end. Another thread by a thread. 2-1 advantage. It's all on Lawrence. Lawrence comes through, dodges, catches Burton. I mean, maybe Wagner had a plan here because it was always Burton at the end. And Burton's just not a strong offensive player. He's not a catcher. So, maybe Wagner had some good influence here. Then you get set 9. Reed finally gets another dash win. Attempted interception, Skogstad takes himself out of the game. Jack continues his strong play. Lawrence with a pivotal catch. Ramsey bad throw, and then it's just 4-2. What are you gonna do? This is where the Toros live. You have Reed, Raekwon, McCarron, and Lawrence versus Rutledge and Burton. This is where they're like, okay, the game's over now. Everybody pack up. And it just wasn't. But You see, Burton, he puts in the work, and he makes it a little competitive. But Reed held to 1 point up until that set. I mean, they thing imaginable to try to take down the Toros. I mean, after this game, I mean, what do you do after this game? I mean, the Toros were on their deathbed. They were playing the worst dodgeball I've seen them ever play. Last year in the playoffs, it was the other team playing phenomenally above their pay grade to get the Toros to the ninth set. This time, the Toros were playing like garbage. No defense from Reed and Waquan the first 7 sets or so. Just no defense. They weren't the best defending players on their team, and the Scarlet Ember were just running through them with their perfect offensive scheme. Then they got away from it towards the end of the game, started to get a little cocky, started to overthink things a little bit, and I can't believe this. I really can't believe the Toros came back and won. But you witnessed it here, folks. This is probably the game of the year. I don't know what can top this. I mean, can't. This is crazy. And we'll see you next week. Oh my goodness. Have a nice night.